There is a food on this planet so extraordinary, so breathtakingly complex, that every scientist who studies it deeply walks away stunned. Not surprised, stunned. Before I tell you what it is, drop your guess in the comments right now, because I promise you, whatever you are thinking, this is going to hit differently than you expect. Here is what makes this food unlike anything else in existence. It does not just nourish the person consuming it. It actually teaches. It reads the environment around it, detects what threats are present, and adjusts its own chemistry in real time. It trains the immune system from the inside out. It shapes the gut microbiome with a level of precision no supplement company has ever come close to replicating. It contains living immune cells. It contains hormones that shift their profile from morning to night. It even contains stem cells. Stem cells. In a food. Nothing we eat as adults, no superfood, no powder, no pill, touches what this thing does. The #1 healthiest food on planet Earth is human breast milk. And before you scroll away thinking this does not apply to you, stay with me. Because what breast milk reveals about how the human body actually works will completely change how you think about what you put in your mouth every single day. And yes, I am going to give you the adult equivalent before this is over. Let's start with what breast milk actually is, because most people have no idea. Half of the mother's entire innate immune system gets transferred to that infant through breast milk. Think about what that means for a second. You are born with 2 immune systems. The innate immune system, the one you inherit, the one that is already coded and ready to fight the moment you enter the world. And then the acquired immune system, the one you have to build through experience, through getting sick, through your body fighting back and remembering. Breast milk hands that infant a head start on the innate side that formula simply cannot replicate. People who were breastfed carry a statistically stronger immune system into adulthood. Lower rates of autoimmune disease, lower rates of allergies, a gut that was built on a foundation that actually worked. Inside breast milk, there are specific proteins engineered to heal the gut wall. There are sugars, and this is where it gets remarkable, sugars that the baby cannot even digest. They are not there to feed the baby. They are there to selectively feed specific microbes in the gut, and those microbes in turn create a fortress of protection against inflammation. Modern food science has been trying to reverse engineer this for decades. They have not gotten there. Then there is colostrum. Think of colostrum as the starter kit the universe designed for a brand new human being. It floods the newborn with immune protection in those critical first hours and days. And here is something that surprises most people. Even adults can benefit from colostrum supplementation. It powerfully supports the gut barrier and helps protect against the kind of intestinal permeability most people know as leaky gut. Now let's talk about infant formula, because this conversation requires honesty. Infant formula is the first ultra-processed food most children ever encounter. I know that is a strong statement, but look at what it actually is. It is a chemistry project designed to hit numerical targets, hit a calorie number, hit a protein number, hit a vitamin number. None of those numbers account for quality. The vitamins are synthetic. The proteins are processed. Many formulas contain industrial seed oils and refined sugars. And the definition of food, the actual dictionary definition, describes it as that which is eaten to sustain life, provide growth, and repair tissues. Formula barely qualifies. It keeps a child alive. What it does not do is build that child's health the way breast milk does. They are not even in the same category. And now it gets darker. RFK and HHS have been scrutinizing infant formulas recently, and the reason is heavy metals. Some of the ingredients used in formula act almost like sponges for heavy metals, absorbing and concentrating them in a product being fed to developing brains. Consumer Reports tested 41 different infant formulas. Heavy metals showed up across many of them, and the levels varied dramatically from brand to brand. This is not fringe concern. This is a serious public health conversation that is finally happening, and yet these products are labeled through a regulatory loophole as providing complete nutrition. So now you understand what breast milk is and why nothing manufactured has come close. The question becomes, what is the closest thing an adult can consume today? It is not regular milk. Pasteurized milk is dead. That is not a metaphor. Pasteurization kills the enzymes, destroys the immune factors, and alters the fat membranes. What pours out of that carton is a nutritional shadow of what it could have been. Raw milk is a different conversation, and we will get there, but it is genuinely hard to find in most of the United States. The answer is fermented dairy, kefir, raw milk cheese, yogurt. And here is why this matters so much more than people realize. When you ferment dairy, you are not just preserving it, you are transforming it. The bacteria doing that fermentation are tiny biological factories, and as they work, they produce things that were never in the original milk. The proteins get broken down into smaller, highly bioavailable fragments that your gut can absorb with almost no effort. Compounds emerge that calm immune overreaction, that teach your immune system to stop treating harmless things like threats. And the microbes actually manufacture vitamins inside the product. Vitamin K2 is one of the most important. This is not a vitamin that was added on a label. The bacteria made it. And what K2 does in the body is extraordinary. It pulls calcium out of soft tissue, out of your joints, out of your arterial walls, and drives it directly into your bones and teeth where it belongs. There is another thing fermented dairy solves that stops millions of adults from consuming any dairy at all. Lactose intolerance. Most adults do not produce enough lactase to properly digest the lactose in regular milk. But when dairy is fermented, the bacteria consume that lactose during the fermentation process. By the time it reaches you, most of it is already gone. The very thing that made dairy inaccessible disappears through fermentation. The minerals in fermented dairy, calcium especially, absorb more efficiently than from regular milk, because those same bacteria condition the minerals in a way that makes them highly bioavailable. You are also getting a living probiotic, beneficial bacteria, that do not just pass through your gut, but actively reshape its environment, waking up dormant microbial populations and rebuilding colonies that modern life has depleted. And fermented dairy raises something called T regulatory cells, which are the immune system's peacekeepers. They prevent overreaction. They are a core reason why nearly every ancient civilization on Earth, across thousands of years of completely separate cultural development, landed on fermented dairy as a dietary staple. They did not need a study. They felt the difference. I consume fermented dairy every single day. Kefir, Bulgarian yogurt, raw milk cheese, especially European varieties, which I seek out because in Europe nearly all cheese is made from raw milk. In America you have to work for it, but it is findable, and I feel markedly better when it is part of my daily life. This is not nostalgia. This is not because I grew up in Wisconsin. It is because my body responds to it in a way it does not respond to anything else. If you feed your microbiome well, it will return the favor in ways that will surprise you. Fermented dairy is the closest thing the adult body has to what breast milk did for us when we were at our most vulnerable. It is the bridge between where you are and where your gut was always meant to be. Now, since we went deep on fermentation today, there is a video you need to watch next. It walks you through exactly how to take a specific strain called Lactobacillus reuteri and culture it into a yogurt that can take your health to a completely different level. Watch that one right here.